Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gearhead's Perspective. Yeah, I just stuttered because I'm freezing. It's cold, guys.
Perspective.
It's like 0 right now, for real. No kidding. So
I got one.
It's cold.
yeah, you got one.
I got one.
Hold on, I'll check.
So
But go ahead.
what you got? Oh, say while Fro's checking on what his temperature is, what his score is. Today, with it being the off season, there's not a lot going on. Oh, you got 4, so you're the loser. Or the winner.
Heat wave over in Arkansas.
Or the winner, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
I'm still
With it being off season, there's not much going on. Lately, we just kind of been tinkering with our own stuff or helping buddies when we get a chance, whatever. I hung out with Jimmy. I'm not saying I helped with Jimmy's Whipple install yesterday because I didn't, but I hung out with him for a little bit. His shop's hard to keep warm, even with a nice space heater or bullet heater, whatever.
Jimmy's got
It's
a big
big shop.
Yeah. So what we've decided to do over the next couple of weeks, we're going to kind of, we talk about our own stuff a lot, and kind of get you guys more familiar with our own little projects, and then kind of maybe give you a rundown of what we've had in the past to kind of give a background on us. Can you see where we're kind of coming from? Fro made the comment that since we started this show, we've made several comments several times that I'm a Ford guy. All you guys know that I know of me is this Chevy behind me. That's it. Believe it or not, I've owned a lot more hot rod Fords than I have Chevys. This is my first, my third. I've had a couple small block S10s.
It's true.
So
it's true.
But I don't, whatever. They were junk. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through not all of the old vehicles I've had, but some of them that we got pictures of. And most of them, guys and gals, it's a picture that I took with my cell phone of my photo album where I pulled the shiny plastic paper back and snapped a picture because when we were doing this stuff in the past, I think we had cameras on our phones, but they were junk.
They were bad.
So Fro, I think, has put together a slideshow. I sent him maybe one or two emails.
I think grand total, I think there were 7 emails, and we kind of covered the full gamut of your past.
Yeah. So
the cool thing is, like, I forget how much we all used to ride bikes together.
A lot.
And that picture of Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue takes me back to some better times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So these pictures are not in any particular order. They're not from first car. I don't have a picture of my first truck. Not that I could find anyway.
Your first truck was that little Toyota, that lowered Toyota, wasn't it?
It was a 91 Toyota pickup. 5-speed roll-up window. I mean, nothing. I think it had air conditioning. That was about the luxurious as it got on that one. It was a good truck. But it was lifted and lowered. I did them both.
And it was an introductory truck. It was a good truck for a 16-year-old.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you could beat on those trucks and not break them.
It's the truth.
It's
the truth.
But so I'm going to go through some of these. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. This is a lot. This is one of the vehicles that I should never let go of. Is my Lightning. It's 99 Lightning. All the bolt-on stuff you can imagine, stock blower, stuff like that, ported, tuned pulleys, all the junk, valve body. It was fun. My old metric bike.
What was the bike again? Because I think you've actually misnamed this on a previous episode.
It was, it's a Suzuki Marauder is what it is. It's a 1600 cc Suzuki Marauder. And I had reservations about buying a non-Harley with all my Harley friends, but it was my very first bike, and I fell in love with it. And now it didn't look anything like that when I bought it, but
I like the fact that
it very quickly turned into a good-looking bike, and it always ran real good.
Sounded
real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't like the rest of us riding around with a 9/16 wrench in your back pocket.
These pictures kind of show, I've said in the past that I painted it Andromeda silver and we put some scallops in that deal. So I had you help me tape off these scallops, and then I just, put a couple coats candy down, pulled off the tape, and then plastered it with candy. The pictures don't do it justice, man. That deal looked really good. Here's this is the most serious Mustang that I've ever had. It's a 95 car. When I bought this car, it was the nicest Mustang I'd ever owned. Heat and air conditioner worked great. Great driver, 5-speed car. Just perfect. Perfect car. And it led to this, where it's useless.
It was a cool car to watch, though.
Yeah, I mean,
we all put a lot of the great thing about the shop is when we were all in the shop, we all tended to work on each other's projects. I think we all remember a piece of what we did on this car.
Yeah, it was a 302 Mexican block, AFR heads. Started out with a tweaker tuner with the factory ECU stuff, or not, fuel injection, 5-speed. Turns out the T5s don't like turbos, so went to a turbo 400 in this car. But then it went to a blow through, CSU blow through. Anyway, it was awesome. I messed it up a bunch, did a bunch of head gaskets on that car, learning.
Blew that one up on the dyno, didn't you?
Yeah, one time. one of the times. This is my very second truck ever. A little Ranger Splash. Nothing wrong with it. So I sanded the whole thing down and tore it apart. Painted it a Votec at school.
The Eagle alloys made that look good.
Hey, man. Those were something else in that time. That was 99, and those were 18s, and people thought those were huge.
They looked huge on that truck.
That one had a cutout with a blow through for
315s.
315s.
Yeah, the whole bed except for the last foot of the bed was speaker box. You open the tailgate and there was about a foot of space. It was
enough room for a jack.
It was very loud. You could not swallow, for real. No exaggeration. When it was turned up, you couldn't swallow. Made your eyeballs jiggle.
Which is funny because we found a way to do that with less, and that pops up here in just a bit.
Yeah. One of my small block S10s on the left there. One of my other Mustangs that I should have kept. But our buddy
that
Walt
blue was
wanted
pretty.
it. Yeah, it's radar metallic blue. It flops from that blue to purple. It's a crazy color. My buddy Walt wanted it real bad and talked me out of it. Tahoe that I drove for a long time. Another Mustang that I had. The big white Jeep that you helped me build and we wheeled, and then I sold it to you.
I still miss that Jeep.
That's a good Jeep, man. A little Mustang.
It was a fun Jeep, and with the those are Super Swamper IROCs that are on that.
Yep.
Those things there was no place you couldn't go.
No, the IROCs are what everybody ran.
At that
little
time.
Mustang golf cart. And
now
then
down at the bottom of that is doing less with more, or doing more with less, because you had 115 in that Explorer.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was louder than the Ranger.
It was. Had a better setup, I think. 115, I think it's the same amp. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway, like I said, we're cruising through these.
Yep.
The square body short wide that I built. Well, I didn't finish it. I'm not very smart. I ended up trading it before I was finished. I was so close to it being a complete truck. Everything brand new, air ride. I did a lot of work to that truck. Custom fiberglass dash. I had to put new rockers and cab corners in it. I mean, we built a 4-link for that. It was really cool.
I miss that truck.
Hurts my heart looking at it right now, to be honest with you.
I forgot the red Mustang looked as good as it does.
Yeah. That's the car that my son swore up and down that it popped wheelies on the street. It didn't pop wheelies. It's a 5-speed car with 410s. And if you rolled on it in second and just whop, whop, whop in second gear, and front end would come up. Not because it had drag shocks, because it had wore out shocks. So it felt like you're really doing something. Moving on. That's the cat eye we talked about.
Before and after.
Before and after we lowered it. This is my 96 Cobra with the Vortex supercharger. That's probably the all-around best driver / nicest one I've had. I bought that when I got that car. It had 27,000 miles on it. 27,000 miles. And I had a lot of fun with that car. Put some dirt tire or IMCA dirt tires on the back. Drive it, air them up in Miami. Drive it to Joplin, air them up again. Race, air them up, drive home, and they'd be flat the next morning.
Now that's the one where you learned your lesson at the track, right?
Yeah. So I had raced this car a whole bunch in Mexico and had a few tracks, but I never had a real tire on it. I finally put a real slick on it. We go to Tulsa Drags, Midnight Drags, and they actually ended up having an event that night, a shootout. I couldn't get in on, so I waited all night long. And our buddy Rick at the time, he was in the shootout, and he won actually in his truck. As soon as the event was over, like, okay, send everybody home. Rick said, "Come on, go grab the Cobra. We're gonna go make a pass." I'm like, "Man, they're shutting the track down." He's like, "No, come on, let's just do it. What are they gonna do? Jump in front of us? Go out there and just do your burnout, and let's make a pass." So I followed him. We go up there, we do a big burnout. People are waving their arms at us, telling them to knock it off, and they left the lights on for us and everything. That's the first time that car actually hooked and just took off. I mean, the car made over 500 to the tire. I think it was like 505 or 506 to the tire. But on a good Tulsa Raceway Park's a good track, and on a good set of slicks, it hooked so hard that I panicked, let off. I panicked. I shifted to second, panicked, let off, got back in it, ran it out, and then I got scared, I guess. I don't know. I let off and slammed on the brakes. And I think the car went like 13.0 at 117 or something crazy like that. I mean, it was silly. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, that's also the other car that I never should have let go. Which brings us to
now the meat and potatoes of what this show is going to be about.
Yeah.
It's time to talk about how far you can bury yourself in a project before you lose your mind.
John, didn't the Nova kind of look like this whenever y'all picked it up?
Yeah, that's the best place to start from.
Well, the guy did a nice thing and actually pulled it out of the field and drug it up by his shop for me. So that was a bonus.
I believe I had this one saved in my my Facebook Marketplace lineup.
Oh, yeah?
When you went and bought it. Because I could see the beauty that is Tushka.
Some days I wished you would have got it.
Yeah. I bet.
So he was asking, $1,000, $1,090 for it. I ended up trading an AR rifle for it. But I probably had as much in, to be honest. I probably had more money in add-ons to that rifle than I bought the rifle. Anyway, moving on. There's some pictures on the way home. Me and our buddy Mike, he grabbed his truck and trailer and went with me and helped me pick this deal up. I'm just going to go through some real quick pictures as we got it back to the shop. I actually had those are the S10 wheels that I bought to put on it just to get it to roll around.
The roof on that car, I had forgot what it looked like.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of work to that.
Yeah. This is kind of in the process of just looking, getting into the shop and kind of assessing the situation here. These just show, what kind of condition the brakes and stuff were in the interior and kind of stuff as we went along. Replaced everything.
Looked good.
All new fuel lines, brake lines, bushings, ball joints, all that stuff. Every bit of it. Because it had to be done. There was nothing I felt comfortable. Because like I said, guys, when I got this car, this was going to be a power tour car. My family was going to be in this deal.
Safety first.
Yeah. That's why I put all the insulation and which that carpet is from Lowe's. That's not a carpet kit. I spent $12.
It looks good.
Yeah, well, pictures can be deceiving.
You've got a better shifter now. I know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, way better. This is kind of in the process. I took a lot of pictures.
Well, and you should have, because you look at those 3 pictures on the right-hand side of the screen, and you can see where it started, the midpoint where it was going to be a power tour car, and then the hole in the hood because now it's a race car.
Yeah. See that picture on the right? Man, look at that tuck bumper.
The bumpers, I love the bumpers on this car. Once they fit, they are a thing of beauty.
Let's see. This was the Phytech deal. Driving it around all the time. Wasn't
now
fast.
See if we go back 2 slides, I think the bumper. Okay, so the bumper's uncut on that top one on the right.
Right, yeah.
And you can see how poorly that thing fits. And then we move forward 2 slides. Look at how nice that just all comes together when that thing's made it up with the grill.
There was a 3-inch gap between the bumper and the fenders. There's those, filler panels that go in there, which I have, which apparently are highly sought after. So I should probably just keep them.
Probably.
Moving forward. Yeah. This is a big jump between these pictures right here and this is like a year and a half. But that was showing off the delete panel, and Fro had bead rolled the shapes in there for me, the design, whatever you want to call it. Which, man, makes a huge difference. That plane is just ugly.
Seeing the thing on that is, like, you have to decide which direction you want to go if you're going to bead roll it. The bead roller I'm using only has a certain amount of jaw space, so that's why it's separated in the middle. It seems artistic. It seems like something that just looks nice, but no, that's just as far as I could go before turning it.
Oh no, it looks good to me.
I like it. Hey, I think it's cool looking plate.
You know what just popped in my head?
What's that?
This show's gonna suck for the people who listen to it on just audio.
You're probably right.
Yeah, they're not gonna enjoy this. We're gonna have to encourage everybody to watch the video on the YouTubes.
It's true. It's true.
All
but right, at this point, why did you paint the valve covers and the air cleaner on this one?
Because I have a problem, guys. I do that. I get bored and I do stuff like that. I'm gonna change the color. Because wait, hold on just a second. Oh.
Different valve covers.
Yeah,
different valve covers.
Also didn't start out wrinkle black and machine fins, polished fins.
They were completely different originally.
Yeah. Then it was a setter.
I think I took the picture on the left because I just had my wife got my windows tinted for my birthday.
Yeah,
I'll take another picture.
A lot.
Yeah,
made a big difference.
The picture on the right was just showing off the nitrous stuff.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Oh, look, different valve covers.
In a color that's no longer on the car.
No.
Yet another set of valve covers and air cleaner.
And notice, actually, these pictures, because this is I just put the CVF accessories on the front.
Yeah.
The drive stuff. I did paint the valve covers and air cleaner again. Notice I put my crankcase evac -10 lines in the very back of the valve covers because that makes sense for a drag car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that because I didn't like the way it looked with the fittings in the front. It made it
Yeah.
ugly. So sometimes you just, So as you can imagine, I battled a little bit with oil being pushed back. And anyway, oh, this is cool. This is Devon. I don't want to call him Devon, our buddy Devon. I talk him to helping me do things that he doesn't really want to do, like help me build double adjustable upper and lower control arms for the rear of the car. But these made all the difference. Look at the difference in the stock control arms and what we built.
Pretty clean.
Yeah, and then we added some brackets with some adjustable holes there. We can move stuff around if we need to.
Devin's good with that stuff. He's dealt with that a little bit more than we have.
Oh yeah, that was nothing for him. Some more pictures.
One of those is a roller that was taken on Rocky Mountain Race Week, and I wish I would have blown up the logo on that so I could kind of show whose it is. I'll have to look it up and see who we owe credit to on that picture.
Yeah, I wasn't even driving it then. John was in that car. John was making that pass, and that picture was taken.
Oh no, I'm talking about the second one from the right.
Oh yeah, that was us in 22.
Yeah.
And the other picture, just pulling the trailer around town because I thought it was funny. I've got a truck to pull the trailer with. If I can do it with a wagon, why not?
Yeah.
Moving on. This is a nitrous bracket that I drew up. Took it to Devon's. We put it on his laptop. He cut it out on his plas table, bent it up, put a little spray paint on it, put it on. I was so proud of that deal. Like, it was exactly how I wanted it. Everything was cool. Then I got away from the carburetor stuff.
I was gonna say, did you even drive with it on there?
I drove it. I didn't use it. I never had it set up.
Probably this is a brand new, probably 10 miles on it, nitrous bracket.
Yeah, that I've cut up now to make work on my new stuff.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't work with the brawler carb and getting this new setup. So I changed it around again.
Might as well.
That's that. Okay. So this is when it started, I guess.
This
I wanted to
is
fix the rust.
This is a product of a rust spot.
Little rust spot in the door. Might as well take all the doors off, jam it, do all the body work on the whole damn thing. Wet sand it for 4 months.
Fill the MSD box up with water.
Yeah.
Get a new hood.
Yeah, we drove to Chicago to go get this hood at Glass Tech.
Yeah.
It was a fun trip. We hung out with John for the night. Got Bob Glass Tech shirt and hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that bumper where we welded together. I got it all smoothed out pretty good. Wrong way.
So the next the next three slides kind of goes through a progression.
Oh, the top's already painted in that picture.
Yeah.
There it is after paint.
Glassy.
Not put back together yet. Oh, there's the roof.
There's the roof.
Hey,
Smoothest roof.
I don't. Is there a picture in here? There was a 163 dents in the roof.
No, I didn't include that picture. As a matter of fact, this picture is going to be the last one before we get into future plans.
Okay. So this is the most recent picture of the wagon. I had it out before I tore it apart again. Before I got thing stomped again and decided to tear it apart. This last one. And then, what's that? I'll go back. So that's
future plans.
That's the future heart, I guess, is what, if you want to call it that.
I bought some parts for you.
Huh?
I bought some parts for you for the LS. We'll talk about it after the show, but it's call it a return for your Christmas present.
Oh, it was okay. Anyway, Gen 453. We're just gonna do cam lifters, gap the rings, put the nitrous to it, and
let it eat.
let it eat.
Let the LS do what LSs do.
Actually, I'm gonna take the 243 heads that I have. It came on the motor. There's a place in Joplin now for $800. They will CNC these heads, and I guess they flow a bunch more. So probably gonna do that.
Feel like LS heads are known for poor flow.
Yeah.
Well, for $800, you can't.
Well, what is it? They run out of air. Like anything bigger than a 500 lift cam, allegedly they start running out of.
Oh, really?
Ability to use it. And after that CNC thing, you can get all the way up to like a 650 lift cam and use every bit of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but
no, it's a big difference what they do when they go hog them deals out. Yeah. I've been reading a little bit about it because I mean, you talk about it and I feel dumb, so I want to go learn things too.
All I know is I can't find a set of aftermarket aluminum heads for $800. It'll flow 280, 300 CFM. You know what I mean? No. Which these will do after the CNC.
Yeah.
My aluminum heads on here now don't do that.
No.
Not even close.
Yeah.
They're like 243 or 244 or something like that. Anyway.
So now you guys see how the wagon became what it is.
But for this
about 3 years
here, instead of working on his car the whole damn season, Bo's just going to drive racing with this Holly carburetor and the nitrous, the little plate kit, the nitrous express fuel kit for the nitrous. You're just going to drive it like that and be okay until October.
Yeah. Tear it apart. So the plan is I'm going to start collecting LS parts, collecting stuff. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not even going to take – I got the short block sitting right here behind me. The balancer is still on it. I'm not going to take the balancer off. It's staying on until I get a bunch of parts rounded up. And then October.
Yeah. Like
get that baby going.
End of year. Getting cold. Let's pull the motor out.
Right. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Historically, it's been kind of a getting warm. Let's tear the car apart. So trying to do a little different deal this year.
He's not wrong.
Sorry, I'm beating on Bo a little bit right now.
That's fine. I deserve it.
Trying to make sure this shit happens. Driving hot rods, all 24.
Yeah, no, we got too much stuff going on this summer, man. I'm not missing out. I'm done. I'm done missing out.
And that's Bo and I have talked about this a couple times, and you know there are times when John kind of hits a nerve with me because you know you guys kind of dig in a little bit, and it's you feel
it comes from a place of love.
It comes from a place of love, and that's what I was told. And it really is one of those things where you sometimes need somebody to motivate you just a little bit. And I came out here,
therapist, and my friends picked on me again.
You can either go to a therapist or you can go fix the problem, and that's what I've been doing. So, good. You guys see that?
Shit's weak.
Is that not the chintziest looking idler arm you ever saw in your life?
Let's take this piece of bar stock and bend a little U in it and thread the ends. That'll be good. Weld a little washer down a little ways. And
did you already put the new one in or what?
No, I didn't order a new arm because if I order a new arm, it's actually built exactly the same way. What I ordered was a bushing kit or a rebuild kit for this idler arm. So last night I spent about an hour out here in the garage realizing that I should have just bought a new idler arm because taking the old bushing out sucks really, really bad.
You're done though, right? You did it.
I have the bushing out of the bracket side. I do not have the bushing out of the center link side. I'm really dreading that because I'm afraid I'm going to have to take the center link out in order to do it. But if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. But no, getting the bushing out wasn't that bad, but getting the casing out for the bushing sucked. Like it's been in there since 65. It's not going anywhere unless it wants to. It was not fun. And I've got fresh new cuts and scrapes and stuff from trying to knock a bushing out with a sledgehammer last night, and not happy.
Man,
but it is what it is.
Got to heat that baby up.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. I heated it up. I heated it up and drastically cooled it down. I heated it up and heated it up some more. And it just, if it's been in there that long, it's kind of corroded into place, and it's not happy trying to come out of there.
Yeah.
But it's like it had almost 3/4 of an inch of play.
So you think that that's why your car drives a little weird?
I think that's a good chunk of it. I'm also going to measuring tape align it when I get the new idler arm in. Guys, it is cold. I am having trouble focusing here.
I noticed the Bose heater went off.
Yeah, I heard it shut off, and I was like, and I looked right because I'm not gonna lie, guys. Whenever we're doing this, I usually just stare at my car the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm just looking and not looking at myself. I'm looking at the car or here. Yeah. But then I heard, and then I looked back and the flames going. I was like, son of a. What you guys don't see is a little space heater right underneath my legs.
I got this one right here, and I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
I used to have a fireplace in the garage, and it would keep the whole garage about 65 all the time. And then if I come out here and I'm feeling a little girly, I'll fire up this big heater like they can see in the background of your spot there and really get it toasty in here. But Shanda commandeered the heater for the basement.
Oh, yeah.
And now I don't have so now all I got is this propane rig. So I got to come out and actually heat the garage up before I get started doing it.
I've got a 220 garage heater. It's kind of small, but I don't know, Fro, if you remember it from a long time ago. I bought it to hang up in my paint booth. And this thing is small, guys, and it would heat up a paint booth no problem. It's like 4,000 watts still. I mean, it's
pretty efficient. They just draw a lot.
Yeah.
You're not paying the electric bill. Yeah. Use all of them you want.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna hang that deal up in here. I'm lying. I got to put it in my other garage because I got my Cerakote stuff on the way.
Yeah.
So all my new valve covers that I have.
Yeah.
I got a new set of valve covers now, guys.
Cerakote them deals.
I'm gonna Cerakote those. I'm gonna Cerakote a bunch of stuff in the next week or so. 2 weeks.
Can you Cerakote over Cerakote?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. Because you're going to be doing that 7 or 8 times. I'm positive.
No, I'm not.
Like, man, them valve covers are huge. Yeah, they got 9 layers of Cerakote.
They're thick boys. No, I'm going to do it one time and leave it alone.
Yeah.
When it's a good coating, when it looks fine, I'm leaving it alone.
We all say that.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm going to have this whole car Cerakoted behind me, so I'm not worried about it.
So, little buddy, Fro.
Yeah.
Like when I started looking into replacing tie rods and drag link and idler arm and all the business on this Nova, I racked up quite the bill and just said, okay, well, let me look at aftermarket kits, and ended up putting that manual rack and pinion deal on here. And aside from the additional options that I went with, it wouldn't have been a whole lot. I mean, it was within a few $100 starting out of just rebuilding the whole front end with stock parts. Is there not a kit that you can throw at that Fairlane? I mean, you said it's like a Mustang only ugly.
So, the complications that come with the kit that's available for my car is what's called a rear steer.
Yeah.
So all of my steering is on the back side of the center line of the axle.
Right.
So there are a couple complications that come in with that. My steering box is actually part of my steering column.
Yeah.
So if I change out the steering, I have to change out steering column. I have to change out everything that goes below that to switch it over to a rack and pinion. So last I checked, I think that kit's like $2,500.
Oh yeah. For about half that, I changed mine out to an aftermarket column, full solid steering shaft, and mine went from a rear steer to a front steer rack. Gave me a whole bunch more room, prettied everything up, nice and tight.
I don't have the option of going from a rear steer to a front steer because anybody who's got one of these older Fords, there's just no room to get around the shock tower.
Okay.
Because you can't even put a decent header on this car because there's no header that will fit around these shock towers. Like there's just no room whatsoever once you get to that point. There's room behind and room in front, but no room to get around it.
I was just
love
curious.
to go through it, but there's a coil spring in there.
Oh, you don't need that deal.
Trust me, I've looked at some aftermarket lower control arms. I've looked at the steering options. It's not. It's just not a very good. It's not a very good car to work on. It's not a very good car to do what I'm doing with, and that's part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I can hodgepodge something together.
So, what are you? Let me check the calendar. So we got one.
I know where this is going.
So you got this week, next week, so 3 weeks away. So just under 3 weeks. So you got 20 days, and then first Saturday cruise.
Yeah,
yeah. So you're still on track. Just wondering.
I'm still on track.
Okay.
If I can get
called yourself out, so I'm going to hold you accountable.
No, I crawled under the car last night and pulled that idler arm and went ahead and ordered my parts from Jegs. Ordered a new T-shirt.
Jegs.
So I last night was too cold to be out in the garage, and I was still out here. I mean, I'm out here now wearing shorts. I went
Nice, baby.
The beer fridge out here in the garage is going out.
Yeah.
So I had to go look for a refrigerator today. And when I left the house, it was not snowing. And by the time I got back to the house, I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to make it up the last hill to get home. So in an hour, it dropped about 2 inches of snow.
Yeah.
I'd kick this door open and show you, but there's no way I'm coming back from that.
No.
Man, we went to Sam's the other Saturday. I bought us some fancy windshield covers. You open the doors, tuck it in the doors, close the door, but then it's got little ears that come off that wrap around your side mirrors too. Man, sounds weird, right? They're awesome.
Yeah.
It was $15 a pop, $30 for mine and my wife's car. Probably should have got another one, not for this, for my work van.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's probably $2 on Temu.
This one's still not waterproof.
Which is fine.
It's gonna be outside.
But some of the other things I was wanting to cover on this episode, there is a new, and I know John's opinion on this, and I don't care.
Ooh.
There is a new streaming service out there called 0 to 60.
Sassy.
I am very curious if anybody out there has tried out the 0 to 60 streaming service, because I want to know what it is. I looked at it. There's a couple big names tied to it. Lou Santiago, who used to be on Horsepower TV. He used to be on Carfix. Now he's got his own podcast called Three Lefts Don't Make a Right. Now he's got his own show called Insider Garage on YouTube. Joe Zolper's tied into this. He's doing his Builders Brawl show on this channel. Stacey David, not a huge Stacey David fan, but if you're into the nostalgia,
man, you gotta like Stacey David.
Man, that's one of them shows that, like, when you're hungover and you're gonna fall asleep and then you're gonna be awake and you're gonna fall asleep and you're gonna be awake and you're gonna be in and out of consciousness. Throw on some Stacey David content.
Meet him in person.
A little here and there. Everybody's
Meet
got
him
their
in
place.
person. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah.
But
oh, really?
The show's really good. He's doing gears on that channel.
So
he's doing gears.
Yeah.
You get like
his show is called Gears, you silly guy.
No, I was laughing because it was like Stacey David is always setting up some gears, some front and rear gears on a 4-wheel drive. I was like, oh, he's just gonna do gear setup for everybody. Cool. That makes sense.
I'll take it in mind. Maybe he can quiet them deals down.
Now, before we go any further, the other name tied to it is Steve Darnell at Welder Up. He's doing a show on there too. Go ahead, John.
What you do is you grab two buddies, and one of you signs up for Motor Trend, one of you signs up for this new streaming service, and one of you signs up for Flow Racing, and then you just share passwords.
I've always been nervous about that stuff. I've always been the one who worried that he was going to get caught doing that.
Oh,
and then
man.
they were going to kick me off streaming services for the rest of my life.
Half the country's got my Netflix. You want it? My mom will call and be like, "Hey, something's wrong with Netflix." I have. What? Okay. we'll fix it.
But no, I go ahead.
I just live right now.
That just happened.
I just made a post on the Gearhead Facebook page asking if anybody's watches 0 to 60 TV or let us know. We want to hear about it. Let us know.
We haven't posted on that thing in like 3 days. We needed something to go up. Thank you, Bo.
Nailed it.
Good job, Bo.
Thanks.
All right. So I'm very curious about that. And I did something today that I haven't done in probably like 2-3 years. I bought a magazine.
Oh,
what?
Okay.
Hey, somebody got a bonus. And
I was trying to do the math and see if you was getting ready to have another kid.
So I bought this magazine because for some reason it jumped out at me, and I didn't even know they still made Street Trucks magazine.
Or posts like that next to them.
Exactly. So I picked it up, got to flipping through it. That is actually like almost a direct copy of a mini trucking magazine from like 25 years ago that had that exact same truck on the cover.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow. Had a model standing next to it that looked very similar to that model. A
very 90s pair of jorts on.
A very 90s pair of shorts on. I'm starting to get like a little bit of a bug here, like flipping through Street Trucks magazine. I think mini trucks are past the whole coming back thing. I think they're back. I think it's time to buy some plexiglass and some subs and let's build a box.
I'm not over wanting to build another Ranger. I mean, I know I let that die down. Want another Ranger.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I don't want a Ranger for sure. And I don't know if it counts as a mini truck, but your blue S10, I want that truck.
My blue S10?
Yeah. Wasn't it the extended cab small block deal?
Oh, yeah. That's one I bought from Chad.
Yeah. Same truck.
Yeah. I
want that S10. Yeah. Probably LS it, but that's the truck. Yeah. I want to just. for Dorkin and Daly, and 20 miles
man.
a gallon and a bang on LS deal in a.
I've had 2 of those trucks.
Yeah.
The other one, not the one I got from Chad, but the other one I had a little nitrous on it too. It was way fun.
I'd love to have.
I mean, it wasn't fast. They had to blow the tires off for blocks.
Stendo cab, because I'm too tall for a regular cab, like around the waist.
I was sitting there going, man, hold up. We're the same height almost.
Yeah. You think they're okay until you ride in one again for the first time in 20 years. And Chris rode with Chris to like the east end of Kentucky. It was like straight south from Indianapolis. And he traded his Mustang. I don't know what year that Mustang was, like an 02 maybe. Traded that Mustang for a 95 or 6 regular cab S10 with 212s behind the seat, and I rode with my knees in that dash all the way from the east end of Kentucky back to St. Louis. I got out of that, and I said, you are never taking me to trade cars again. That was horrible. But I did the right thing and made him listen to like 90s hip hop the whole way back. I mean, you got 212s. Who's not going to bang out a whole Saint Lunatics album?
You're a bit of no limit going, you're fine.
So I made the decision there that I did still want an S10, but it was going to have to be an extended cab.
Yeah.
Just go buy just buy an extended cab Colorado. Some of those came with LSs.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah. I would take a Stendo cab LS 2-wheel drive S Colorado. That'd be
S Colorado.
S Colorado.
There's a boner one that runs around town. I like it a lot. Not an LS though.
The only bad thing is most of those came with
throw a motor in it.
Most of those came with a 4-cylinder or that weird 5-cylinder or a 6-cylinder. So yeah, they sucked. But occasionally you'd find one that had an LS in it.
I didn't know they came with LSs for the longest time. I'd see them with the V8 badge on it and think somebody was just trying to church it up. And I did a little research and found out they were not. In fact,
you're not fooling anybody.
Yeah.
Stop.
But
who spends that much at Pet Boys?
Yeah.
Cool V8 badges.
Hey,
do a burnout.
Badge anything up.
Lay a patch.
Lay a patch.
All right. So, John and Bo sent me some really great marketplace ads that I should have used, but I didn't because I got them too late and I had already put this slideshow together. So I'm going to use those on next week's episode. One of those I really like, and it's growing on me a little bit more.
The Impala. Dude, that's a solid car. I've actually talked to Shanda a couple times today about how we could buy that so that I would have a daily. I get to keep miles off of the Duramax. I can really, jam on down. And she keeps throwing at me how much I was going to drive this Nova if all I did was have her buy me a new motor. I don't remember it that way. Like, I feel like I'm driving it a lot for what it is. So, I don't know. She's not biting, though. So, looking like I'm not going to get the Impala.
I didn't send it to you guys because I was making fun of it. I sent it because I thought it was cool. And then I read the description. I'm like, oh, this works for both. I mean,
no, it is cool.
I mean, I like it. It's funny. Cool. They're like, yeah, you can get another door on eBay. Okay,
man, come on.
Cool. I don't want to pay shipping on that huge door.
But we'll get into that one next week.
Yeah.
This week
I've already said too much.
This week I've got some pretty dumb ones. They're not bad descriptions. It's just dumb.
I dig it.
You think you've got a dumb one? Oh, look at that. I know where a guy could get one of those at.
Yeah. I like ours better.
So the goal is Tell me how much they want for this.
$4,750.
7,900.
What'd you say, Bo?
$4,750.
Okay. And you said 7,900, Doherty?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go through the slides here. You can see that it's in similar shape to the panel that you guys have.
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fenders are attached not with Phillips head screws, but there is some heavy rust in those fenders. I think I got one more slide.
Now,
So this is
go ahead.
Well,
not as sought after as the one that you guys have.
Somebody really
because
thinks
this
they're
is-
going to be able to sell this for $5,000 though.
You think?
is it a runner? Does it run?
It does not run.
Okay.
Oh,
$4,750. I'm sticking with it.
yeah. Not sure he's far off, but somebody's probably thinking they're going to get more than that out of it. 3,500 oboe, no motor or transmission, 58 Chevy panel truck, 2 extra doors, 1 passenger, 1 driver, 2 extra fenders, 1 passenger and 1 driver. Glad they're clearing that up for us.
Hey,
No motor, no transmission, clean title in hand, 35 oboe. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad price, all things considered.
It's definitely got some rust. It's definitely got some problems.
Yeah.
At the risk of being made fun of, every piece of glass in this thing is going to need replaced.
Yeah. Might as well scrap it.
The headlight frame, the headlight surrounds. Hopefully, they're hidden somewhere around there because those things aren't easy to find. But it does, if you look at it from, I think it's directly from the front, you can see the barn doors in the back. So it's same doors.
It's cool. I like ours better though.
Pretty legit, but ours is better. Yeah.
I agree.
We got a way better deal on this one too.
Yeah, true.
Not that we would discuss that. Holy cannoli.
I've been looking for a pool table. If that were a Mustang, I'd probably try to buy it.
Man. I'm so confused.
So I was looking for something that would rival the Cadillac front end from last week.
Okay.
So this guy won this in a drawing from Snap-on.
Okay.
It's a $300,000
While it was in storage. While it was in storage, somebody stole the wheels and tires off of it.
Really?
So this
People
is the
suck.
current condition.
Yeah. Sons of biscuits. Why would they do that? I want to know how much this thing is because, like, it. Not that Shanda would let us trade it because we got a really nice pool table, but and this looks like bar table size. I don't know. Ours is a full size table.
So place your guesses as to how much this thing is, and then we'll get.
Man, I can't without knowing if it's a slate. Like if it's a 3-piece slate and it's a full size billiard table, it's gonna be different than if it's just a wood top bar table.
$4,750.
$1, Bob.
$1, Bob.
I'm just going
I don't know.
$4,750 again.
2,800.
2,800. Okay. So let's get to the description. If we can.
And here we have our 69 Camaro SS pool table. All LED lights work. New in 2017. This super cool, unique pool table is offered through a Snap-on tool convention as a drawing, and I ended up having to pay to get this sumbitch set up. Had it
in 2017.
Some goons stole the rims. one nick in the passenger side, probably take off a couple of bucks. There's a passenger side, yeah. The one Camaro,
I was hoping somebody would run with that.
Is the drinker side, and he calls it the passenger side. I have an installation instructions. It was easy to set up, so it's probably not even close to level. I'll help the new owners disassemble just so they'll get it the hell out of my way. I need the space. $15K plus tax, shipping, and installation.
That's if you bought it new.
I swear I was going to say $15,000.
As you see, they sell for $15K. We didn't see that because Fro didn't show us because he was probably.
That's right. I left that slide out.
Go to the website for specific questions on the build. Definitely a man cave must have. No tradies. Negotiate in person after you've looked at it because cash is cool.
And if you 15K with the wheels.
It was $15K when it had wheels on it. It's probably had like a $3,000 wheel and tire package. So we're going to say brand new minus the wheel and tire package. We're at 12. Plus, it's a son of a to get in your house. So, like, I feel like the dude should be paying somebody to take it. So I feel like I'm going to go backwards and say for $500, I will pay you to take this pool table.
Bo, where are you at now that you know the value of such an item? $1.
No. $47.50. That's where I'm staying.
$1,500.
There's not a price.
This is for sale on Facebook Marketplace at this moment for $8,500.
Shoot.
So Pete.
Nope.
We're gonna want to.
John would, but he just sold
send
his
this guy a box
so.
of crayons so he has something for breakfast.
Throw in a stick of glue and it's yours.
Oh, geez.
It's nice.
How much of that is?
I don't know.
Usable?
I feel like I'm usually at the top of the mountain as far as dumb Facebook posts, but you may have trumped me on this one. And I literally just sent you a battleship that I've got saved in my favorites.
Hey, the battleship stuff.
That's a legit deal. Like if I ever win the lottery, I'm not going to tell anybody, but there'll be signs. It's because I'm rolling around in a battleship. And
4th of July at Grand Lake is going to be so cool next year.
Yeah. I'm running that battleship, bringing that dude right up the Arkansas River. We're going to truck it down from Tulsa to Grand Lake. Boom. Be rolling around in a battleship.
Yeah. Just wearing his t-shirt that says I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
All right, guys, this is going to be a short one because I'm cold, and I know Bo's cold, and John has a centrally heated garage, so he doesn't count.
Is that all the Facebook Marketplace listings? This was so good.
Yes, that's all the Facebook Marketplace listings I have at this time.
Man.
Let me make sure.
Yep. I don't want to look at this anymore.
I don't either.
Weirding me out.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that pretty much wraps everything up this time.
Huh.
Anything you want to throw in here, Bo?
No, sorry y'all had to listen to me ramble about my junk.
You know,
yeah.
But we talk about our stuff and our past, and this is our way to, like, you guys can kind of see what we're talking about and kind of see where we're coming from, right? That's the whole reasoning for this.
I both don't have a real good memory and don't have a lot of pictures of my junk.
Right.
So,
Pro
probably does. Pro probably has more pictures of my junk than I do.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
wow. He's not wrong.
Pictures, and I didn't. My pictures only go back as far as my iPhone.
Oh man, I really want to run with this joke, but I only have pictures of one person's junk, and we're not going to talk about that on the show. Anyway,
It's weird. I don't. I've been looking, and I don't have pictures of much of my old cars.
Now, there's several cars I've owned that I don't have pictures of. You know what I mean? So,
I don't have pictures of anything pre-iPhone era. Yeah. Like since I got my first iPhone, all my pictures have rolled forward, and I delete all the ones besides the car ones. But and just roll them forward to the next phone. But I've looked, and I'm shooting craps on coming up with
well,
photos.
I don't. I'm with you on. I don't remember a lot of stuff because Fro was telling me how I helped him pull a motor out of the fair lane.
Really?
I don't remember.
You? Yeah.
I'm old enough that I have them on discs.
Yeah. Oh wow.
You're fancy.
No.
I don't. I got a CD wallet, but I don't have a CD player. That's a problem.
I didn't have a DVD ROM drive for the computer.
Yeah.
So I had to actually buy one so that I could look at my old pictures.
Yeah, I don't think computers come with those anymore.
No.
That's so weird.
And I'm still trying to find 2 thumb drives full of pictures that I don't know where the thumb drives went. And that's probably
where I'm at. I got
1,000 pictures.
I've got like 4 thumb drives full of pictures. But some of that stuff I'm scared to look at. I'm not going to lie.
I had a big one, and then it had all of my college stuff and a bunch of old pictures and stuff. I'm like, I'm going to save this thing. It'll last forever sitting over here. And I plugged it in one day, and it gave me that pop-up message about something about being in the wrong format. And I just clicked OK, and it wiped the whole thing and reformatted the thumb drive. So I lost all of my projects from college and all the engineering work I had done during that time period and all of my old pictures. So I'm at a loss.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, and I think mostly what we wanted to do is we've been doing this on audio for a long time. Well, I say we've been doing this on audio for a long time. We've been doing this on audio for about a year.
Hey, and next week is a year.
Next week is a year. Funny story. This will be our, I believe, 10th episode on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it will be our 50th episode on audio.
Wow, that's cool. It's going to be a horrible audio show.
It's going to be a horrible audio show. Get used to it.
Sorry, BJ.
Yeah.
My bad.
Sorry, Mike.
I'll just text you guys the pictures.
Yeah.
But
we'll try to use better descriptive text when we're plumbing through pictures on video.
Fro, you could post those pictures on the Facebook page.
Oh, it's true. I could.
Yeah, you could just post the slideshow.
Yeah, there you go.
I could.
Thumb through that.
He don't know how.
But
they could just thumb through that and then listen, and they'd have the highlight reel.
Right.
Did you say he don't know how?
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah, but Bo's right. I just want to act like I was really upset about it, but no, he's right.
He's a real jerk, but he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
I keep waiting for Fro to say "but" again.
No, we're at the point where I'm wrapping this up. I'm cold,
ready for the
miserable in this garage. No, the editing process can kiss my butt. I'm cold.
I got this one. I'll edit this show, boys. I'm not going to let any bad words get through this time. Hey, I'm not going to talk anymore about it, but I was really upset with myself about that.
No, it's. We'll get into that at another time.
That's. I don't talk about
another thing.
Moving on.
Anyway, next episode, I believe we're gonna like deep dive into Mike Honcho or my car because it's winter time.
No, we need to do something else on the next episode.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
The next episode we'll put something else together, and then the episode after that we'll get into another one of our cars.
I would love for if anybody in our listening audience out there has ideas, stuff they want to learn about. Just tell us.
We are open.
We'll teach you. We're open to ideas. Tell us what you want.
Yep.
We'll do that.
If you're watching this on the YouTubes, leave a comment.
Yeah. Throw it up in the old comments. Bleep bloop it down there.
Bleep bloop it.
I stole that.
I stole that.
Oh, I'm at -1. Just letting you guys know.
Ooh. I wonder what
I have no idea.
Should be on your computer.
You think?
It should be.
So you think if
we're at 0.
Mine says, oh man, Fro's winning. Mine still says 1.
No, actually, Bo wins at -0.
-1.
Or -1. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gold, and I don't want to do this anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night.
See ya.
Everybody love everybody.
There we go.